Hi Paolo, welcome to P Magazine booth here at Intersolar.
Thank you for the invitation.
Paolo, the Italian market has finally reached a reasonable size.
Yes, well, last year were 2.5 gigawatt of connected power, delivered and installed quite more, I think about 4 gigawatt. We saw in the first quarter of this year a further 1 gigawatt installed, not connected, that means installed in the previous year. So it's good, but it's not enough. We have to make much more in a stable way.
Which are the main market drivers at the moment?
Well, now we see the authorizations that are released more and more. So we expect a growth of the utility scale market, and this will probably represent an important part much higher than the previous year. The C&I will be the second, I guess, even if we saw different numbers in the first quarter with a strong prevalence of the residential, with a 60% of the connection. But these projects were almost all related to the previous super bonus that now is not so active anymore. So residential is going down, C&I is okay, not so strong. Unfortunately, even the industrial people are saying they don't realize anymore the big emergency from the energy prices, and this is slowing down their desire to make the project. That is not so wise, but it is what it is. We see many offers done in the previous months when the price was high of the energy price. And now they're saying, yeah, but now I have to spend my money in another way. I have other urgency. I will do, let's talk later. So, and the market is stable or even a little lower than before.
Do you think that this situation may also impact the PPA market to some extent?
Well, PPA, as you know very well, is more related to the utility scale market. So it's something of very active, dynamic, because now we have more and more projects ongoing, really ready to build. Some projects are under analysis of the financial institutions. So this is the moment in which PPA becomes important. So there are two options, you know, the tariffs in the regulated market through the Decreto FER, but this is related to industrial plants in industrial areas and on roof, industrial roofs, and or PPA. PPA is possible, but prices are not so high. But for larger plants, they can work. Even if we have to see now what will happen. Because in these days, or actually it's already 2-3 months, we see a very low price of the energy in the zonal price. So that is the price to which the solar plants are selling the energy to the grid. It's very low in Sardinia, in Sicily, and in general in other regions as well. But in these two regions, where a lot of projects are done or are under development, we even reach zero for many hours a month. So this should impact, we expect, the PPA market. So what does it mean? That an option, a solution, can be the direct PPA with the industrial user using the trader as intermediator. And this is something in which I believe a lot, and also as association, we are working hard to create a better link between production and consumption. That is a key point for us.
And Italy is also an interesting market for storage. We may soon have some auctions for large scale, and we have very good numbers for residential and commercial industrial storage.
Yes, again, you're right. Storage last year was very good, but almost all related to residential applications with a super bonus. Connection were 2 gigawatt hour last year and almost 1 gigawatt hour in the first quarter of this year. So we installed about 3 gigawatt hour of storage in just a little more than 1 year. It's a lot. But if we see the present situation is very different actually since the beginning of the year, since February when the law changed. Now the demand really went down a lot. The stock are quite full of storage, and so we are asking as association to increase the tax rebate percentage from 50% to 65% if the residential system has also the storage, and reducing the timing of tax deduction that is 10 years now. Optionally, one can choose also 5 years to meet better the fiscal profile also of the richer people in some way. We don't see a strong storage market for the C&I yet, but it would be good. And so also for this, we are pushing to speak more, to give some... now, yes, we don't need, we know, subsidies for the PV side, but storage needs some support. And you mentioned the auctions that are planned for the future. Well, ARERA, the Italian authority, the regulator, just published a few days ago a document about this. As Italia Solare, we will have a webinar for the members, only for the members, so if you are not a member, become a member, in which we will explain this document that is an important first step. Other steps will be necessary. But honestly, I didn't have time to read the document. I will take part to the webinar to understand better, because we have the expert that will explain, because it's very complicated.
Let's discuss it maybe in our next interview. One last question. Given all the critical issues you mentioned, in all the segments, can we still say that Italy has good fundamentals for its PV market?
Oh, yes, for sure. We are used to a stop-and-go market, unfortunately. That is not so nice from an industrial point of view, but it is what it is. And anyway, the consciousness that we need to reach more gigawatt is clear. Unfortunately, politicians speak more about gas than solar. Italy will be the hub of I was expecting to listen the word renewables, but then they said we'll be the hub for gas. No, why gas? After what everything happened, we are talking about, yes, from North Africa, United States, and so on, the GNL. So this is still a very, very influencing position, but in the same time, they all recognize that we need renewable. We are also working well, I think, really, as an association, and I'm positive that the market will go to 4 gigawatt and then step by step in a few years, 6, 7 gigawatt to keep it this path in the future. I'm optimistic.
Thank you very much, Paolo, for being here.
Thank you to you. Bye.